But first, before we get into the content, folks, we'd like to encourage you to join the conversation in the comments down below. While you're down there, consider subscribing to Major League DNA and make sure you smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there.
Do it.
But let's go ahead and start with our first story, which is about the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, man. And the Red Sox, these guys are having a tough year. You open the season 10-17 in your first 27 games. And as a fan, you got to start asking, right? Like, what can we do to change things? Like, something's got to change. This is supposed to be a competitive baseball team that we're fielding here. And when the team decides what needs to change is sometimes refreshing and sometimes it leaves you scratching your head. And on April 25th, the Boston Red Sox decide to part ways with Alex Cora. And also a pretty good majority of his coaching staff as well, including Peter Fasty, Ramon Vasquez, Kyle Hudson, Dylan Lawson, and Joe Cronin. Red Sox owner John Henry talked about how he led the organization to one of the greatest seasons in Boston Red Sox history in 2018 and thanked him for his lasting impact on the organization. So there's some fans and players that are upset about this, but why? Why?
Why are they upset? Okay. Great question. Before we get into that, did you see the van that pulled up to pick them up from the hotel after they got fired?
I did not.
Oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing. A black van supposed to pick him up, shuttle to take him. You know what the company was called? The graphic on the van?
What?
Coaches for Hire.
No, it was not. You're kidding me.
No, they literally hired a shuttle service called Coaches for Hire to take them from the team's hotel to the airport to fly them away.
You couldn't script that better.
Just insane. But yeah, man, just to answer your question, man, why is everybody so upset about this? Well, I think a former players had the best metaphor. He said, it's like shitting your pants and then changing your shirt.
That is pretty solid.
The issue here is not Alex Cora. Okay, keep in mind I have a lot of reserved feelings on Alex Cora. He's part of my all-time Dodgers infield, by the way. You had Beltre at third, Cesar Torres at short, Alex Cora at second, and Eric Karros at first. My all-time Dodgers infield. He's part of that team that I really love. So I have some love for him, but I also have some hate for him because he's part of the cheating Astros.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like I have complicated feelings when it comes to Alex Cora. But when it comes to that, man, he's not the problem, man. The problem with this team is Greg Breslow, the GM, and the owner, John Henry. It all goes back to something that I actually wanted to talk about in a separate conversation a few weeks back, but we ran out of time. And that is that this team made their plans very clear to the rest of baseball world when they traded Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
They basically came out with a big old flag, raving it, saying, hey, profitability takes priority over anything else. Ever since then, every move they've made has been about profitability and team flexibility over actually winning. Somehow Breslow convinced John Henry that this was a coaching issue and not a roster issue. But this is quite clear that Cora is a good coach and will be probably the first pick, have his first choice of any team that's available this winter.
Yeah. He's
a great coach for a lot of players. Even Mookie Betts said on an interview, he's like, yeah, I still watch Red Sox baseball because I love Alex Cora. Which is really cool.
Yeah. But Mookie Betts is a classy guy.
Yes. When your 2018 MVP who helped lead you to a World Series, probably one of the better teams in Red Sox history, says I still watch because I love that coach. Definitely bodes well for that coach.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah. So again, this is not a coaching issue. This is a team construction issue. This is quite like we could break it down. They get rid of Mookie Betts because they didn't want to sign to a max contract. They let Xander Bogaerts walk to San Diego, which, by the way, I'd still let him walk on that one. I don't blame you guys, but you could have signed him earlier on a more team-friendly deal to keep some of that 2018, team together.
Yeah.
Right? And so like, oh, wow, we really screwed that up. Okay, let's go ahead and sign. He's playing for the Rafael Devers to a max contract, right? Like, hey, we kept our guy.
Yeah.
And they basically screwed that up too because they moved him from third base to DH and then, oh, sorry, not DH. We want you to play first. And then when finally that guy's like, dude, you guys is not willing to play ball with this, then they trade him.
They're like, yeah, no, we're actually done here.
Yeah, we're trading you because we brought in Alex Bregman to cover you at third base. So, ha. And guess what? He's gone the next year. He's with Chicago that year. Like the next year, you're like, okay, well, that didn't make sense. So why did you trade Devers in the first place if your replacement you signed on a 3-year deal with opt-outs after the first 2 years? None of these decisions they've made has made any sense for this team. This is not a Alex Cora problem. And that's coming from somebody who isn't necessarily an Alex Cora supporter. This is a front office and ownership problem. They pivoted from winning is important to us to, well, if the books look right and if it all works out, maybe we can push the chips in the middle and try to make a run for it. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. We have a comment here coming from Greg Hawkins saying, LOL, how about the Mets and Phillies fighting for the worst team in baseball? Talk about a transition comment there for us, Greg. I really appreciate that because we're going to go ahead and parlay that conversation that we talked about directly into a related topic that covers our hot takes from this offseason.
Yeah.
So we will switch over to the team that already tried and failed to sign Alex Cora literally the day after he got fired. You mentioned that the Phillies were the team that you felt were going to miss the playoffs this season. Well, they are under 500 right now.
Yes.
And tied, like as Greg said, for the worst record in baseball. Let's talk about that. What do you got on this?
Oh, I mean, the Phillies look horrible this year, right? I mean, they haven't played well. The pitching hasn't been great. The coaching's been bad, and I mean, they come out and they let go of their head coach as well.
Yeah,
which
Rob Thompson.
It just blows me away. I mean, I predicted at the beginning of the season that the Phillies were going to miss the playoffs. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think they were going to be this bad, Darren.
No, but solid prediction on your part, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
By the way, do you my hot take? Do you remember what that one was?
It was the A's. No.
Yep.
It was the A's make the playoffs. Make the playoffs?
Yes.
Was it that? Okay, I couldn't remember if it was make the playoffs or over 500.
Guess who's sitting at the top of the AOS right now?
Boom.
So far we're doing good.
2 for 2. What up?
So far we're doing good.
Like, subscribe. Right,
that's right.
Right up there.
Somewhere
Major League DNA. You know how it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I love what Dombrowski said here. He said this isn't a blame game. You can blame whoever you choose. For us, we really don't do that. Like as the rest of us, we all bear responsibility. Just the way things go, and things aren't going well enough. I don't think we're playing up to our capability. I think we are a much better club than we've played. So you have to make some tough decisions at tough times.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You have to make tough decisions, but again, your head coach is that's your first decision. Like,
yeah. So
it's not your general manager that assembled the team.
Well, no. Why would he say that? That's his job.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I really love that he says,
yeah, no, we're good. We're doing just fine. The team's assembled great.
Yeah, he said this after the interview. He's like, it's in the same interview, it's not age that's caught up with us. Our guys are not aged out by any means. This coming literally 6 months after he said Bryce Harper is no longer an elite player.
Yeah.
He literally just said 6 months ago the exact opposite. You're basically just calling him too old.
Yeah.
Okay, so your core is JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner,
yeah,
and I'm forgetting his name. Their DH leads off for him. Led the National League in home runs.
Just played the Phillies too. I don't remember who it is.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me. Greg, bail me out here. Tammy, bail me out here. Kyle Schwarber, there it is.
Oh yeah, Kyle
Schwarber.
Yeah.
All these guys are on the north side of 30. And you're under 30 players, Alec Boehm, some of these guys, they're not playing up to potential either.
Right.
When Marsh is your best player, like the guy who looks like he's homeless with his hair wet out in the outfield, when he's your best hitter on the team, that's scary. Now, they did sign $300 million worth of contracts this offseason, but that was just to maintain their current group of players.
But that was the problem, is they went all in on this roster, like you said, that's on the wrong side of 30. I mean, the Phillies really missed this offseason. They didn't go out there and get young guys. They didn't go out and replace anybody. They're like, we're solid with the core we have, which is, again, the general manager making that decision, saying, no, we've got enough talent already. Let's go re-sign them.
Yeah.
Let's do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And then the coach is the first one that goes.
Yeah. Honestly, any team that decides to run it back after the year they had last year and be like, okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. Run it back. Sign your core players. Run it back. But this is like the 4th year in a row they try to run it back with the same core of players, and they're getting diminishing returns every single year.
It's insanity.
You made it to the World Series, then you made it to the Championship Series, then you lost the Division Series.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's not change anything and hope it gets better.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awful. And yes, again, not the coach's problem. It's the general manager's problem. And again, I don't know what dirt he has on his owner, but yeah, it's really, really embarrassing for sure.
He's got enough good pictures that he's still got his job.
Exactly. Apparently. So Greg actually mentioned it here when he talked about the Mets and Phillies fighting for the last spot. But yeah, let's go ahead and pivot back over to the Mets, man. Have you seen this story?
Yeah. Yeah. The Mets broadcaster, Gary Cohen.
Yes.
That's the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because his comments in that broadcast versus the A's game, where he's talking about, how the media had specifically talked about the focus on the Mets has been, they continue to single out individual guys and their performances in games. But, he goes on to say, like, this team's got to do something to score more runs. Like, we need relievers to stop, allowing these teams to come in and get hard hits and put the ball into play. And he's got a great point. I mean, the Mets offense has been horrible this year. Their relievers have been bad. It allows them to, even if they can generate some offense, they're losing games late. And Gary Cohen's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it really just makes you think, like, what is this team's plan? Like almost like the Phillies. It's like, you've got to change something. What is it for the Mets?
Yeah. That's actually backed up by Howie Ross. He states in that 3-game series where they got swept by the Rockies.
Yeah.
One of them in a doubleheader. He's like, you have to just wonder if some kind of move is coming, because there's just nothing happening here right now for the New York Mets, getting swept by the Rockies today, and in a series where you drop 10 games and you're under the 500 mark. So that is broadcaster speak for thinking. He's basically saying, without saying, yeah, I think Carlos Mendoza is going to get fired soon.
Right. Like,
that's basically what your broadcaster's coming out and saying on the air without saying it.
What are the Mets on payroll?
They're the second most expensive team in baseball.
That when you have that much payroll, and you go out and get Juan Soto, and you're like, we're going for the Yankees. What are you guys doing?
All the Yankees pitchers. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's the worst part. And depending on who you look at, Sport Track actually has the Mets having a higher payroll. But if you take in like penalties and stuff like that, the Dodgers are obviously higher. But yeah, they're right up there, the most expensive team in baseball. And again, the Phillies, I think they're like 5th or 6th most expensive team in baseball,
right?
If not higher. So basically, man, the situation is the Mets just got swept in a 3-game series against the Rockies, which included a doubleheader. Rose also noted that the team is managing only 1 run in 18 innings of baseball.
It's been horrible.
1 run and 4 runs total in a 3-game span against the Colorado Rockies.
At one point, they were the very last team in run differential. Are they still?
I don't know if they are still. That'd be worth looking at, though.
Yeah.
Television commentary. You mentioned Gary Cohen said that he is actually, this is embarrassing, and he says at some point you got to start calling people out. It's easier for you to fire a manager than it is to fire people above him. And in this case, yeah, dude, like, who are you going to... We talked about this in a previous episode of LOL Mets. We love talking about this, guys. But if you see what happened with Alex Cora and Rob Thompson both getting canned earlier this year because of their teams and how they're performing, then Carlos Mendoza's got to be right behind them, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So the New York Mets are not last in run differential. It's the Philadelphia Phillies.
Can't even script that, guys.
Yeah. So they were. It must have been a while that I saw that, because the Mets are negative 34 on run differential and the Phillies are negative 47. So I don't think either one of them have had losses. But I mean, the next team is Houston, and they're negative 25 in run differential. So these teams are a long ways down in run differential. Just for note, the number one team in run differentials, the Atlanta Braves.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We will get to that. We got some comments we want to hit up here. We'll get to this one. Actually, let's hide that one. We're gonna get back to you on that one. We're gonna get back to that one. He's like, I think there's more to that comment there. Friend of the channel, Tammy Price. Let's see here. They put it all out last year and lost at a heartbreak. Hard to come back without ownership support. Yeah, agreed. And that's kind of the thing. This is the difference about the Mets, though. The Mets have one of the best owners in baseball.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to throw money. And I think it's really funny that you can't just throw money at the best players. And honestly, I bet you right now Philly fans are loving the fact they did not get Dante Bichette and that the Mets stole him.
Guaranteed.
He's back like what, $1.25 right now? Like
just playing terrible.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, that was a big contract.
Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, we talked enough about bad baseball.
Yeah, we have.
We want to hear from you folks. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Did you guys think that this was going to come out this way? Like, did you think 2 of the top 5 payrolls in baseball were going to be 2 of the worst baseball teams in the league so far this year?
I did.
Still plenty of time to change that.
Yeah, lots of time, for
lots
sure.
Of time. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. But let's go ahead and move on over to talk a little bit about something else here, man. So, hey, AJ.
Yeah.
We could talk about the power rankings and discuss, who's the best. But I think what needs to be discussed right now is who the best team in baseball is right now. And that team, the only team with 21 wins right now is the Atlanta Braves.
Actually,
22 wins.
Thank you.
22 wins. Yes. I pointed out. I saw that over there. I'm just
know.
Hey, AJ, check that out.
Yeah, somebody walked it off. I didn't see who.
Yeah.
Who did
So,
it.
yeah, the only team with 22 wins at the time of recording. And as we knew with this team, was set for a good season, health permitting. Like, that was the asterisk we put on this team.
Yeah.
This team is stacked. If they were healthy, they were going to be good. But right now, going into spring training, actually, before the season started, key players started hitting the IL. Now, even with those injuries, this team is still getting it done, AJ. Is that simply just because they hired Jeremy Hefner as their pitching coach?
I mean, I think it helps when you get a pitching coach that's coming in and developing some of these young guys. I mean, the move with Grant Holmes, they did it last year where they moved him from the bullpen and kind of rotated him in as a starter when they lost Strider last year. And Grant Holmes has come out and done a great job. You're solid with Chris Sale. Ronaldo Lopez has kind of struggled in a couple of games. I think they're moving him back to the bullpen now. But that's also, they just pulled J.R. Ritchie up from the AAA, the Gwinnett team, and he came out and had a great start. He gave up 3 runs, but the Braves got the win. Pitched 7 innings. The kid looked great in his first major league start. Braves pitching's just been good. And then you go to the bullpen, and the bullpen's been even better. You got Dylan Lee coming out of the bullpen. Raciel Iglesias has been awesome. He's got 3 saves this year already. Bryce Elder's had a couple really good games where he looked good. So the pitching's been good for the Braves. Surprisingly good. Especially when you lose Spencer Strider to start the season and Spencer Schwellenbach to start the season. Our big concern is can we get enough starting pitching out there to keep this team going the right direction? And we've just had guys that have just come out and thrown good games, and the Braves offense has put enough runs up that starting pitchers don't have to have so much pressure on them, right? They don't got to go throw a shutout. Right. They can give up 2 or 3 runs because the Braves are going to put up 8. Like I just mentioned, the Braves are leading the league in plus minus and run differential. I guess it's not plus minus, but run differential. And that's for a reason. This team's been great. The pitching staff overall, the ERA is 2.9 as a team,
which isn't the highest in baseball.
No, but it's great.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic. So
your pitching is doing just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
But not like what I mean by just enough is just enough to be elite.
Yeah.
Without taxing everybody.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what this guy, Jeremy Hefner, is kind of known for. He's more data utilization. He's basically kind of the science of pitching. He's what is like to be called a kitchen sink approach, while he focuses on developing multiple types of pitches to improve strikeouts while reducing hard contact.
Yeah.
So I think that goes a lot to what you're talking about when it comes to this. His addition, because he was with the Mets before, believe it or not, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And now he's with this team. And you're starting to see some of that kind of that science in pitching really kind of trickle down and allowing, like you mentioned, some of these new players, these new pitchers coming up to have a debut or like, hey, just work with this tunnel and we're going to have you throw 5 different pitches out of this exact same tunnel.
Yeah.
And I think it's paying off, man.
Yeah. I mean, that J.R. Ritchie, that kid that they just brought up, I believe he pitched tonight as well. But he doesn't throw hard. I mean, I think his fastball is only 93, 94, but he's got a great like slider, a great curveball, and it all comes and starts out. And they've just done a really good job. You can tell that the data is there because they're throwing these guys places where they chase a lot, soft contact. The biggest thing has been the Braves offense, right? Drake Baldwin, National League Rookie of the Year last year. He's just come out fantastic. He leads the leagues in home runs and leads the team in home runs and RBIs. And I mean, he's hitting over 300, got 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, 1.07 OPS. Baldwin's been great. Matt Olson's bat's finally coming to life. Ozzie Albies is always just kind of steady, good.
He's there for
He's
the
going to
glove.
make contact.
Yeah.
Matt Olson hit the game-winning home run tonight, which is great to hear. That puts him at 7 home runs for the season. And I don't think he had any through the first 15, 20 games. And all of a sudden, his bats just come to life. So it's been really good. Acuna's, his bat's kind of coming to life the last few games. He's played a little bit better. He was kind of struggling for a few games there. Still great in the outfield. He's still stealing bases, but the Braves they look tough. And it's crazy because they're not doing anything that you're like, this is not sustainable. Everything they're doing is completely sustainable. They're just going out there, winning games late. There's times where the offense struggles against some of the starting pitcher, but as soon as that starting pitcher comes out, they are rocking some of these relief pitchers. I mean, that's what happened tonight against, the Tigers. Skubal goes out. They had a 2-run shot in the first, and they come out. The relief pitcher comes out in the ninth, and Matt Olson gets a 2-run home run to walk it off. So the Braves just keep doing the things that it takes to win ball games. It's so much fun to watch, dude.
Yeah, I'd have to tip your cap to the Braves fans there who had to suffer through a couple of years, basically couldn't get through the Phillies. Now it looks like the Phillies are going to be the team that they're not going to have to worry about.
Yeah.
I will have to say they're, as far as they're getting a lot of help in the division too, in this one for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But I'd have to agree with you, man. Everything is sustainable. The only thing that could really hurt this team is going to be injuries to the lineup, I think, is really kind of the only thing that's going to. But, then you're going to have team players like Schwellenbach and Quadzilla coming back. That's just going to solidify that starting rotation where now you don't need 8 runs, you need 5. You know? So it's just going to, it's a great time to be a Braves fan. You got to love it. Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it because it's, you guys were just dealing with the fact that you missed the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
So, you got to love it. Great story in baseball for sure. We got this comment here from Greg Hawkins, channel legend, saying the Braves are having the Braves this year are what the Braves fans thought the Braves were going to be last year, which is exactly on point. Exactly on point. We also have another comment here from Greg Hawkins saying the Cubs played the Dodgers the past series. Their fans kept booing players like PCA and Bregman. Gee, I wonder why, Greg. Can't imagine why that happened. Bregman, part of the 2017 Houston Astros, and PCA trashing the Dodgers fans and doubling down when he got there, which is great. Kind of funny. I love that follow up there. Hee. I wish more ballparks were like Wrigley and Dodger Stadium. 100% yes. These legendary fields that just
legendary though. You know what I
so
mean? Like
good.
you can't replicate Dodger Stadium, Wrigley Field, like
Fenway. Yeah.
Those are bucket list parks, right? Like if you're an MLB fan, you have to go sit in the stands at Wrigley or Fenway or Dodger Stadium. Like those are must-haves, right? Like some of these new stadiums are beautiful, right? Truist Stadium for the Braves is a beautiful stadium, but it's not a legendary baseball stadium, right?
No,
like,
you can't say Greg Maddux pitched there.
Yeah, exactly.
Glavine, all them. They weren't part of that.
Yeah.
No. But you can say Sandy Koufax pitched at Dodger Stadium. You can say, some of the greats that ever played, for the Dodgers have played at Dodger Stadium. Fernando Valenzuela, Kirk Gibson, Oral Hershiser. You can go down the list. Same thing with the Cubs. You've got Ryan Sandberg. You got, who's the guy I'm thinking of?
Sammy Sosa.
Well, depending on how you feel about baseball, where you sit on that one.
I think that's probably a discussion for another day.
There it is. Thank you, Ernie Banks. That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Greg, channel legend, jumping in there. Make sure we get it. Fenway's another great ballpark. Absolutely, man. Yeah, you'll love to see it, man. The Braves are doing well. The Cubs are doing well. The Yankees are doing well. All the legendary, like, legacy teams are performing well at this point.
Yeah.
With the exception of the Phillies. The Mets are always going to be the LOL Mets. So baseball's in a great spot, man. Like you mentioned, the only professional team that has considered to see consistent growth over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
We got one more subject we want to hit up before we get out of here, AJ. Just Trevor Bauer.
What about Trevor Bauer?
It's been a while since we talked. Trevor Bauer.
Yes, sir.
So Trevor Bauer, did you hear about his last start?
Yeah, his no-hitter through 7.
Okay, go ahead and break it down.
I don't have his no-hitter through. I just know that he had a start with the Long Island Ducks. Went out there, had a great outing, no-hitter. I think he had 1 walk through a no-hitter through 7. And
yeah, 7 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, and 84 pitches.
Yeah.
And 54 of those were strikes. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Also not a no-hitter.
Right.
To anyone calling that game a no-hitter, you are the evidentiary piece and the evidentiary example of participation trophy era in baseball. Okay?
A no-hitter means you had no people on base.
A no-hitter means nobody hit, no, a no-hitter's not no people on base. He only did it in 7 innings. It was a double hitter.
Right.
Yeah, 9 innings is a no-hitter. Okay? Does it make it less impressive? Absolutely not. It's still less impressive. Absolutely, it's less impressive. But it doesn't mean it's not impressive, man. The fact that this guy goes in this, sub-A league, independent ball, and throws 70 innings of no-hit ball is very, very impressive. But all of the, people who are, we're Bauer's boys here. We're all about him getting back in the league, right? We are all about it.
Yeah.
But you got to call a spade a spade. This was not a no-hitter. No-hitter gets progressively worse each inning you pitch. And if you stop at inning 7,
yeah. Why did you get taken out? Finish the game.
Well, it was a doubleheader.
Still.
So it was only a 7-inning game.
Oh, it's only 7?
Yes. So he pitched a complete game shutty.
Okay.
7 innings, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 84 pitches. It's not his fault he didn't get to finish the 2 innings, but he also didn't finish the next 2 innings. So not a no-hitter. I'm sorry. It's not a no-hitter. But also very, very impressive.
It is.
We love to see it, Bauer. We love to see it. Keep shoving, dude. I can't wait for someone to buy out that contract and you're back in the MLB anytime soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the 7-inning no-hitter?
I mean, Trevor Bauer still got good stuff, but he's going to need an opportunity to show it in front of guys that are not in the independent league.
Yeah. You can't come off of the worst season. Sorry, as the worst pitcher in the MPB, and you come over here. Love to see that the first 2 starts, everybody kind of get ragged on him for giving up a couple runs in his first start.
Yeah.
But dude, it's still a quality start, man. Like he only gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. That's not bad. That's still a quality start.
Yeah.
And then his next start, he comes in here and throws a complete game shutty, and no hits through 7 innings. Yes, it's a complete game shutout with no hits through 7 innings. But in my opinion, and anybody who actually really cares about rewarding people who actually do things, it's not a no-hitter. Love Trevor Bauer. Hope that he gets a chance to play in the major leagues. But yeah, unfortunately, let's hope that he doesn't post a bunch of things. I threw a no-hitter. Let's hope that doesn't come out on social.
It's coming too.
Because, it's just like, come on, dude. Come on. Let's hope that's not that. But
He
anyway.
pitched every inning he was available for.
Yeah. I think the same thing actually happened to, what's his name? Get Out of the Ocean guy who played for the Giants. Gosh, what is his name? Madison Bumgarner. He threw a 7-inning no-hitter one of his last years with the Giants. And he's like, well, I didn't pitch all 9, so it's not really a no-hitter. So you want that kind of attitude, right?
Yeah.
You want that kind of attitude. Got a couple of comments here from Greg Hawkins. What you guys don't think the Atlantic League or professional baseball games of the Atlantic League of professional?
Yeah.
I love any type of baseball, Greg. I just don't think that I definitely think it's a step down from the MPB and definitely a step down from the Mexican League, which he also did have a great year with the Mexican League. I also still think he has a chance to be in Major League Baseball. I think he needs to pitch in Colorado. I think he needs to be signed with Colorado.
Yeah.
He's the only pitcher that spent a year at altitude and learned how to pitch effectively there for pitching in Mexico City a bench and then having to adjust to going back to sea level.
Only pitches home games for Colorado. We're
There
like,
you go.
that's it, dude.
There you go.
We're on a road trip, so go ahead and just take the week off.
Yeah. I also saw a clip that I thought was the Mexican League, which is actually impressive.
Yeah, which would have been impressive. Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't throw
exactly.
any no-hitters in the Mexican League,
No, but he did set the strikeout record, which is interesting.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we want to hear from you. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below when it comes to everything we talked about in baseball this week. Had a lot to cover. And I think we're just over, a half hour talking baseball this time?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, we want to hear from you. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, folks. As a reminder, we'd like to encourage you to join the conversation in the comments down below. While you're down there, consider subscribing to Major League DNA if this is the content that you enjoyed. And also smash that like button for your boy AJ right over there.
Do it.